Hello, Harvest family. I would like to share with you some of the books that I've come across in the last 2, maybe 3 years that I have found particularly helpful and insightful on a specific issue. One of my callings as a pastor is to be just watching out to see what's going on in the church out there, sort of some of the new emphases or teachings that are taking place. One of the new things that we're seeing in the last several years, and it's become much more prominent this year, is the rise of something called critical theory, and both in our culture at large, and also then infiltrating the church. And I would just like to quickly highlight a few of the books that I found to be very helpful in helping me think biblically about this new way of looking at actually everything. Critical theory embraces how we look at the world, how we look at each other, and here's just a few books. So maybe my favorite book has been by Ishmael Hernandez, called Not Tragically Colored. Ishmael was born and raised in a communist home in Puerto Rico, and so has ears to hear some of the things that are being said, but a very biblical. He's a Roman Catholic scholar who's got a ministry to in inner cities to help the poor. But this book is just the categories I thought were fantastic. So Ishmael Hernandez, Not Tragically Colored. Maybe Mark Robinson put me onto this book. It's called Integrated Justice and Equality. It's just a wonderful, small, little biblical view of what actually is biblical justice. What are we talking about when we're talking about justice? Highly recommend this little book, Integrated Justice and Equality. This was an excellent book by Anthony Bradley. This was his PhD on liberating black theology, dealing with the theology of James Cone, who is that's a name is just becoming more and more prominent. People are quoting him, people are referring to him, referencing him. Who's James Cone, and what's a biblical response to James Cone's theology, which is really taking liberation theology and trying to apply it to the black experience here. A very insightful, helpful book. And then finally, something just a bit different. But here's a book by Shelby Steele. You probably know Shelby Steele is a prominent conservative black man scholar who has written a book called Shame: How America's Past Sins Have Polarized Our Country. Very relevant, obviously, insightful. He's experienced racism firsthand. I appreciated sort of seeing this issue through his eyes. But I learned then through that experience as well. So it's an easy read, 180 pages, but very worthwhile. So those are the books I'd recommend. If you have any questions, whatever, feel free to give me a call, contact me anyway. This is an issue that is in the church increasingly, and I think something we're going to have to really learn how to think biblically about. Thank you.